You liar! You ruined my day. You disappointed me. What have I done to deserve this? Why do you want to disgrace me? I gave you my heart, but this is how you chose to toil with it. This is the story of Ifenkili, who hails from a village called Amoye. Ifenkili was a very beautiful girl. Many girls were envious of her beauty. Men were killing themselves to marry her. But she rejected all of them. Ifenkili rejected many suitors. But she fell for one young man named Ikenna. She finally decided to marry Ikenna. Ikenna was a very rich young man who lived in Lagos. They met during the last New Yam festival in the village. They kept in touch even after Ikenna traveled back to Lagos. She really loved Ikenna. Their love was love on a first sight. When the marriage preparation started, Ifenkili told Ikenna how big she wanted their traditional wedding to be. From the kind of wedding dress she wanted, to the kind of DJ she wanted, the caterer, the ashwebi, the decorations, and so on. Ikenna asked, "Is it not just a traditional wedding? Do we have to gather the whole town? Do we have to make it look so big?" Ifenkili answered, "Yes. Don't you know how beautiful I am? Have you forgotten that many men wanted to marry me, but I chose you over them? Please make it a memorable day for me. You know it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. I want it to be the talk of the town and the best this village has ever seen." After much persuasion from Ifenkili, Ikenna agreed to do what she wanted. A date for the traditional wedding was fixed, and Ifenkili's mother was preparing for the traditional wedding. She made the necessary arrangements. She invited her friends. She was at home, lost in thought, when Ifenkili walked in and asked, "Mama, how is the preparation going? You know my traditional wedding will be the talk of the town. I will invite dancers from the neighboring village, and the best DJ from the city will play for me." Her mother cut her off and said, "Ifenkili, my daughter, yes, you want the best, but your expectations are so high. Why do you need a caterer from the city when my co-wives can prepare the food? The boys can get chairs from the village square and return them after the event. You should not make it excessive. Remember, marriage is not all about the ceremony. Marriage is all about love, dedication, self-control, and endurance, which starts after the event." Ifenkili said, "Mother, I know, but I want them. Or am I not worth them? Check me out. I'm the most beautiful girl in this village. I want the best for myself." Ifenkili's mother told her not to keep her expectations so high because she might end up losing everything. Ifenkili's friend Amaka came visiting and asked about the preparation. Ifenkili told her everything she wanted, starting from the most expensive wedding dress, the biggest cake, and the others, and also told her that her mother was against the big wedding plan. Amaka said, "Leave your mother out of this. Remember, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. Your mother is old and doesn't know about the trend." Ifenkili nodded and said, "Yes, you are my friend. This is what I want to hear." As the wedding day approaches, Ifenkili asks Ikenna for money to buy her wedding dress. Ikenna willingly gave her the money and money for some other items. Ifenkili also asked for money for the cake and some other expensive items. But Ikenna told her that he would make the arrangements himself. Ifenkili disagreed, but was convinced when Ikenna showed her the picture of the cake he ordered for, the type of decoration, the canopies, and also the popular DJ she requested. Ifenkili was very happy. She bragged to the whole village about her traditional wedding. And she said to the girls, "Girls, my wedding is going to be the most extravagant this village has ever seen. I'll have the best food, the best music, best dancers, and the best decorations." Some of the girls were envious of her. Some wanted to be lucky too. The wedding day arrives, and the weather was so bright with fresh air. Everywhere was clean, and they were waiting for the decorators and the canopies. Ifenkili dressed early and sat before a mirror admiring herself. She said to herself, "Look how beautiful I am, a queen in this village. No girl in this village can match my beauty." Her mother walked in and she said, "Mother, check me out. Can you see how beautiful your daughter looks?" Her mother said, "Yes, my daughter, you are very beautiful. But don't you think you shouldn't be worried about your beauty now? You should be worried about the food, the decorations, and the canopies you talked about. None of them is here yet. No chairs, and people will soon start coming. I told you to allow the village boys to help us bring the chairs from the village square, but you said no. I asked that I invite my co-wives to come here and cook. You said no, that your husband hired a caterer from the city. But look, up till now, nothing shows that we have an event here today. And you are already dressed. Aren't you worried about all this?" Ifenkili said, "Mother, I already have those things planned. The caterer will bring the food from her house once she's done. They should be done cooking by now. And for the canopies and chairs, they should be on their way. And the DJ, wait, let me call Ikenna. The DJ should be playing here by now." She reached out to her phone and dialed Ikenna's number, but it was not connecting. She tried several times. It wasn't connecting. She said to her mother, "Don't worry, Mama. Maybe it's poor network. I will call back later." An hour have passed. No sight of any preparation in the compound. Her mother went to her again and asked, "Ifenkili, what is going on? Everybody is here. People are outside standing. No chair for them to sit. They are beginning to mock us." At that time, Ifenkili became worried. She called Ikenna again and again, but the number was switched off. People were there already. A lot of people were on their way, thinking that the occasion had started. Many people came to see for themselves because of the way Ifenkili bragged about her traditional wedding, which she said would be the best in town. Her friends were there, but nothing was happening. Nothing showed that there was an occasion going on in that compound that day, except for the people that were coming in. Ifenkili was crying. She felt disappointed. She called Ikenna again and again and again, but his number was not going through. People were outside mocking them. A lot of people were gossiping about her. Some were saying, "Look at her. She told us that her marriage will be the best in town. But look, it looks like nothing is happening." It was around 5 p.m. that Ifenkili dialed Ikenna's number again, and it connected. "You liar! You ruined my day. You disappointed me. What have I done to deserve this? Why do you want to disgrace me? I gave you my heart, but this is how you chose to toil with it." These were Ifenkili's words. Immediately, Ikenna answered the call. Ikenna kept quiet for a moment over the phone and said, "Your demands were much. I can't imagine spending such amount of money just for a traditional wedding." "But you have money," Ifenkili cuts in. "Why can't you do this for me? Even when you know that this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. You want to disgrace me before my friends and the whole village." Ikenna cuts in and said, "But I can't spend all my money for a one-day event. Yes, it is a once-in-a-lifetime event. But you don't expect me to spend all my savings for the past years in one day. Do you think that after the celebration everything ends there? Don't you know we will feed after the celebration? I'm sorry, but I can't spend such amount of money for a traditional wedding." It was at that point that Ifenkili realized what she had done to herself. People were outside still mocking her. A lot of people had left already. They were disappointed. Ifenkili went to her mother and knelt down, asking for forgiveness for disappointing her. Her mother's friends on the other side were mocking her mother. Nobody was taking it easy on her. When Ifenkili thought that everything had ended, she went in to undress herself and to avoid people seeing her. Ikenna arrived with his people in cars with food and other items to marry her. It was such a relief for Ifenkili and her mother. A lot of people were still at Ifenkili's compound, even though a large number of people had left. People had a lot of food to eat. Ikenna came with a local music group. They played and everyone danced. When people that had left heard that Ikenna and his people were there, they went back just to see for themselves. Everything went well. A lot of food and drinks for people to enjoy. After the traditional rites were done, the couple went home. That night, Ifenkili knelt down and apologized to her husband Ikenna for the stress she made him pass through. Ikenna said to her, "My dear wife, I understand you are trying to make the best for us. But the best made in a wrong way is not the best and will not be the best. I am glad you've learned your lessons now. It is good to manage resources, even when you know you have it. You plan for the future. If I had spent all you asked for in our traditional wedding, what do you think would have happened to my savings? I would have spent a lot from my savings. But you know, we need to boost our business. We are together now. We have to run our business together and make things good for us, for our unborn children, and for the community." They hugged each other, and Ifenkili said, "Thank you, my dear husband, for understanding me, and thank you for forgiving me."